Yo, my name is BK Brent, and in this video I'm going to be talking about something that I've been getting a lot of questions about lately, and that's how to get better at perfect guarding, or just guarding as it's called. Right, so before I say anything else, I want to say this. Perfect guarding is all about practice. You're not going to watch this video and magically be able to perfect guard every single attack in the game, because that's just not how it works. Being good at perfect guarding in God Eater 3 is directly proportional to the amount of time that you've put in practicing to do it. Perfect guarding is about understanding the Aragami attack patterns, your timing, consistency, position. It's about trying, it's about persevering, finding the strength to never give up, because in order to perfect guard one attack consistently, you've got to get hit by it at least 5 times, if not 10 or 50 times. But anyway, so in the video I'll be giving you some tips and talking about some things that you might not know about perfect guard. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so some things that you might not know about guarding in God Eater 3. Now first of all, if you didn't know, you can actually map guard to a hotkey. Now on PlayStation, the left and right directional buttons can be mapped to various actions via the options menu. Now by doing this, you essentially allow yourself to have a second block button, and a block button where you wouldn't need to input a macro in order to be able to do it. Because originally you would need to input R1 plus circle to block, but now you'd be able to guard using only one button. But you see, the thing is, this is actually not especially that valuable, because it kind of depends on how you play the game, and generally speaking you should just block with what you are most comfortable with. Right, now the next interesting thing about guarding in God Eater 3 is that you can actually just guard during a dive. So this is especially useful with stationary attacks, or attacks that have long startup but are active in the stationary motion. So what you want to do is stand roughly about 2 character lengths away from an attack and then just dive through it. Now this can be done in the air, and it doesn't really matter what kind of shield you're using, just as long as you have enough stamina to perform the dive. Alright, now the third thing about just guarding that I think isn't too well known and is a very interesting topic that everyone should know about is that you can actually extend your just guard invulnerability frames by holding down the block button. You can actually carry the initial invulnerability frames from your just guard all the way up until you return to your normal blocking animation. Now the window is actually pretty big, and this sees a lot of use in situations where 2 attacks would hit you too close together and there wouldn't be enough time for you to block an attack, release your shield, and then block again. Now, by just blocking the first attack and holding down your guard, you can actually carry the invulnerability frames to protect you from the subsequent follow-up attacks. Alright, now some tips that may make you better at perfect guarding in God Eater 3. Right, so like I said in the beginning of the video, just guarding is all about practice. You won't get better at just guarding without practicing to do it. But there's a whole lot of ways that you can go about practicing to make it fun, engaging, and in a way that facilitates your learning of just guarding as a whole. Right, so when you're just setting out to just guard an Aragami, the goal is to become comfortable with his attack patterns, and there's no easier way to understand an Aragami attack patterns than to try and literally block every single attack the Aragami will do. Now understand that when you're still in this stage of learning, that success is actually not important. Mistakes are more important if you can learn from them. So when you're interacting with an attack, when you're trying to block something and you get hit, or you take chip damage because you guard too early, try to understand why that happened. Understand the positioning and the timing where the attack hit you. And then, so that when the next time you see that attack, apply what you've learned, apply the mistake that you've made last time, and try and adjust, and then try and get a successful result out of it. Alright, so another method that might help facilitate your learning of an Aragami's attack patterns is to record yourself trying to block it and then watch it back. Now when you're doing this, you might be able to pick out some of your habits, understand some of your positioning, and try to pinpoint aspects that you think you might need working on. And then from there, try and think about how you might be able to adapt, and how you might be able to become able to consistently guard a specific attack. Alright, now another aspect of practicing just guarding that would make things a whole lot more fun and engaging is to find someone who has just as much interest in learning just guarding as you do and to practice with them. Now, by doing this, you might be able to learn certain timings from the other player and they might be able to learn something from you as well. And you might be able to discuss with them like, hey, how did you just guard that? What did you do there? What was the timing? Why were you standing there? That kind of thing. Now, that kind of hands-on information from someone who you are practicing with constantly really helps you understand Aragami's attack patterns, because not everybody has the same view on attacks, especially when trying to learn something, and it really helps to get different perspectives on other things. Like, even if you don't have anybody like this that you could ask, you could just ask me in the comments below, because I am trying to be a just guard master in this game. And right, so this video is dragging on a little bit now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. If you have any kind of questions, if you want to discuss anything further, because I mean there's a whole lot more I could have said on Just Guard that didn't quite make it into the topic list of this video. So if you want me to talk about anything else, hit me in the comments below. I'm always active there. And yeah, this has been BK Brent, and これはゲームであっても遊びではね。See ya.